All right, so this is get my hat on properly. So this is the weak hive that didn't have a queen. I checked it, no eggs, so I drove down and got this nuke. It's in this crappy cardboard box. I had to pick up at 9:30 last night, so they were all back in there. He was letting them forage for a bit. He said it's got a young queen and they're raring to go, but it's the last nuke he could put together this year. So, and he suggested I just take out 5 empty frames and just slip it in with the bees that are in there. There might be, I don't know, a few thousand bees in there, a couple thousand, maybe less. I always do that. Give it a squeeze just as I'm pulling down on it. There we go. I put it out. So I've got this box here. I'm going to set that on top because the bottom box is will be full of bees and have good brood panels, brood frames in there already. And so they're ready to move. They should be ready pretty quick to move up into the second hive. When a brood box is about 80% filled out, you put on a second, and this one will be over that. So tricky is undoing this box because it's all cardboard. See how that goes. And we'll see how the two hives do. So when placing a nuke, I guess you want to be careful not to leave the queen in the nuke box. I've never combined hives before. So we'll see how that goes. Never had a nuke come in a cardboard box. An old junky one like this. We'll see how this goes. And this is the hive that had no laying queen for 10 days now. There's some brood in these 3 frames, so I'm going to take out these back ones here and put them in this other box. And this will be the top brood box. We'll just take these empty frames out and then drop these 5 nuke frames down in there. Come on. Oh, man, they've been messing with the comb in between those. Where's the And there's some pretty decent honey from the last hive that was in there. So they should be up in this box in no time working. Come on, guys, get out of there. It's like they don't want to leave the honey. All right, so that top brood box will be ready to plop on here. I'm gonna chip off some of this frame so I can fit everything in here. Get some of that grass out of there that was in there. All right, let's see how these guys join forces. Again, the trick is to make this transfer cleanly so we don't lose the queen. So she doesn't come off the box and come off the frame and I'm gonna check each one just to see if I can see her. Two queen cells. Looking for a queen.
So there's two queen cells.
Yeah, they're empty. So he might have had them, this little group, produce their own queen. And that's why he said he had a batch ready to go. Some of the guys will go in and mark the queen for you, and I really liked it when I got hives from those people as a relatively new or simple beekeeper. It was kind of nice just to be able to see a yellow or a blue spot.
You want me to pause it while you look at all this?
No. Might be a long, boring video, but such is life. All right, here's some good brood. The trick is squeezing in this last frame. There's a lot of bees on this frame, so I wonder if she's working this one. I should be putting, if she's on this one, I should be putting her more towards the middle. Huh? I bet she's somewhere in here.
There she is, right?
Yep, there she is. Can you see her zoomed in?
Right there. You want to point at it?
So this is where I gotta be careful not to crush her. So I might pull one of these far frames out to create some space, and then I'll push this far frame in so I'm not jamming the queen frame in. If I can do it one-handed. So this is the frame I'm gonna jam in at the end. Let's see if I can slide all these over at once. Oh, trying to be careful about squeezing these together with her in there. And we'll see if we can jam this one in there. It's got a bunch of weird comb growing fleshed out on it. It's got a thick thing of comb here on the frame. I think because there was some space last time. Let's see if we can get this in there. Want to make sure she's not out here with this group. Make sure that queen's not out here. Okay. I feel good about that, I think. Take some of this comb off here. I need to move this back on here. Pushed it off slightly. Try and push them back down again, and then I'll put this top box on. That looks more like an active hive. There's still some bees in this box, so I'm going to do my little thing here and just set this here. Let them leave this box tonight. All right, if you want to, so I've got 2 good healthy hives going. I'll check this brood box, this top one, in a week or so to make sure she's come up into there. She should be working across the bottom one. And I'm hopeful for the next 2 weeks, it's June 16th, I think, they get these 2 going, and I'll put the honey super on. And if this stays healthy, I should get about 5 gallons of honey with our shorter season here off this. And this one's already got a super on. I'm hoping to get maybe 6 gallons of honey. So we'll see how it goes. See how they do. The alfalfa is coming up. They'll go into there quite a bit. We didn't have as many dandelions because June was so dry. But usually I get the first waves of first honey stores are off dandelion. It's really light colored. So anyway, we're good to go. That's it. So you can see bees land in there, and they have those packets on the back of their legs, orange or yellow, typically. Just went through. Those are all pollen packets. So those are all pollen packets, and they're just coming and going. Tens of thousands of bees working, forager bees, and then a bunch of worker bees inside doing their thing. And this hive's really busy and active now, whereas it just had a trickle of bees in there. I'm getting buzzed on the head. So there's some that are confused, they're on the back. So anyway, when I placed that nuke, I should have put some resource frames, like some honey on the edge against the brood frame, especially the one with the queen on it. I should have moved that towards the middle and just put a resource frame on that, because then they have honey right across from the brood frame, and they can take care of raising that brood by pulling resources from it. I almost opened the hive and redid it to move that over. Maybe I'll do that in a few days when I open it up, just to check that top box. But oh well. I think I did that once before and it ended up fine. So just not thinking about it. A bee's trying to go in there. In that little slat. I don't think there's an opening. It might be just filling it with propolis. I don't think it's going to make it all the way in. But it's looking good. I'm pleased. That hive was the 3-year-old hive. Not sure what I'm going to do to help them get through the winter next year. That might be different. I might go back to that 2-inch box, foam board box, and build one that slips down over it, just to help them to be warm. So, but to leave good ventilation going and put that winter box on top. But this one lasted 3 winters without that. But somehow the queen died in the last few weeks. And then I'll be doing some mite treatment. I have a new treatment that beekeeper recommended to me, and I'll show you that this summer. I have to order the stuff. So. But we've got 2 active hives, and I'm excited to roll into summer with good activity.